What's going on? I'm AnokhiTheOne, back with another video, and in this episode, I will be talking about why independent women are so threatening to society, specifically independent black women. Why they're such a threat to society. Why it's such a existential crisis for men. Why they have this breakdown when they see independent black women, the concept of their women being independent, and men in general, right? Why there's existential that's a hard word, crisis. Why it's an existential crisis for them to see, Rihanna in front of ASAP Rocky and their child in her own in her cover story of her magazine. Why that's such a crisis for these men. Why hearing Ciara tell women that they don't need a man, why that's such a crisis. Now imagine if there's so many rap songs, so many times men talk about how they don't need these hoes. They don't love these hoes. They don't need no bitches. Not just women. We don't need you women. We don't need no women. That just trips me out. That trips me out. How fragile. How fragile our society. Even black women are attacking Ciara because she made a song. It's not even out yet. Just release a clip saying she don't need a man. Now this is what blows me. Because they have people, even black women, trying to make the argument that, she's married and she's telling black women to be happy in their singleness. What does not needing a man have to do with being single? This is the part where people can't understand that two things can be true. First of all, let's take it back. And this is what people, she went from Future to Russell, and she going home to $1 million husband. Well, guess what? Ciara was making multiple millions before Russell's career, before Future's career, before he ever made a record. She was a millionaire. Before he ever played on any NFL team, she was a millionaire already. She was a successful entrepreneur, artist. She was successful already before they even started their careers. I'm probably, clipping and everything. I don't even know if y'all know what that means, but this probably distorted because I need y'all to hear my voice. She probably not gonna say it. She will insinuate it, but y'all supposed to put two and two together. She was a millionaire. And that's what trips me out. Rihanna is a billionaire. She just did the Super Bowl. That's her magazine cover. And she's supposed to stand behind him. She's supposed to stand behind him and their baby boy with her magazine cover. It don't have nothing to do with her being a billionaire. You could throw that out the window. You could throw out the fact that she's a more successful and famous artist. But it's her magazine. They ain't got to be in the cover anywhere. They said, we want you on the cover. And people saying, oh, this is a reflection of society because... And then they breaking down. I've seen the picture they breaking down. He's in a feminine, nurturing stance. And she's in a dominant, masculine stance. And it says something about eggplant shaming because he's holding her hand and it just so happened to cross across his crotch. Why y'all... Now, while she's a billionaire, a woman of color, which is so extremely rare, he's a multimillionaire, successful artist. They're both successful in their own right. People talking like it's just a bunch of projection. It's nothing but projection. And it triggers men. It triggers women, their insecurities. And it doesn't make sense. And I'll break down what the crisis, the root of the crisis, right? The biological root of the crisis, the scientific root of the crisis. We're going to get deep. You know how I like to get deep. You know how I like to whip out my books. Okay, we're going to break down some financials. Where's my Millionaire Mind book? I don't know if I have it right on me right there. It's somewhere over here. I was reading it. Anyway, most millionaires, okay, the vast majority of millionaires that are normal people, okay, because we're not talking about normal people right here, but we want to talk about them as if they're normal people, but even if they weren't normal people, right? The normal, everyday, average millionaires, okay, 90+% of them are married, right? And before y'all get to tripping, see, that's why, see. Now, this is what the slow-minded cannot comprehend. Independent and independent can coincide. Do you know what that's called? When an independent adult gets with another independent adult, do they cancel each other out like these dumb? Let me not say dumb. My Aries is showing. Like these slow, non-math putting together having people. Independent plus independent equals interdependent. It don't cancel out. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard for people to understand? And this is the other thing. Like, why are women fighting to make themselves, there's so many pick-me's out there fighting to make themselves believe that being dependent is their birthright, that's feminine energy. There's nowhere in anywhere, any spiritual text or anything that says being female means being dependent or being feminine is dependent. No. You know what's dependent? Look at your taxes and that'll tell you right there what a dependent is. Go look at your taxes and see who you can declare as a dependent. You can't declare your husband or your wife as a dependent. Let's be impeccable with our words. You cannot declare your husband or your wife or any 18+ adults as dependents in your home. You know why? Because they're adults. They're grown. Why are grown adults fighting for the right to be dependent? You know what independent plus dependent, you know what that word comes out to be? Codependent. Codependent. Didn't our grandmothers show us that doesn't make sense? And then the part that blows me too. This is the part that really blows me, that gets people quiet real quick, especially men, especially black men. The time frame that us as a people, where women were stay-at-home women in the black community, was like 20 years. A good 20, 30 years. A good 20, 30 years. And even in them 20, 30 years, they had plenty of women that was still working. Women have always worked. Stop What kind of stupid movie? And that's what this is what's so stupid. Think about this. Because they always want to go to the 60s, literally. They want to jump to the 60s and then they want to jump to damn hunter gatherers. You see, I'm a historian. I study history. Okay? I study history. I don't study 10 years that I can pick and choose and use and then jump to the Stone Ages when I feel like it. And even in the Stone Ages, even in the picking and the gathering is work. Gathering is work. And you know what also? You don't need meat. You don't need a hunter. You don't need that. You can just gather. Aren't y'all hoteps so vegetarian? Shouldn't y'all know that? You can just gather and survive just off of what you gathered. You can survive and thrive and live a very healthy, high alkaline life. Isn't that what y'all talk about when y'all be talking about this vegan? Do you need to chase down and hunt down a hog and shoot it in the head and risk your life to gather some grapes off a tree? No, you don't. That probably sounded like, but this is logic. This is basic shit. Why have I never heard anybody, these red pill people and these alpha whatever, they always want to talk about the 60s and hunter gatherer time, reptilian, slow, animalistic brain cells. This is what they want to jump to justify why women should be dependent on them. And why they should want women to be dependent on them. Why they need a woman to need them. Why it's so triggering to hear the words, you don't need a man, I don't need a man, we don't need a man. Need a man. Needy. Let a man, if a man says, I don't need a woman, it's like nothing ever happened. But how stupid is that to say you don't need a woman when you needed a woman to be born? You needed a woman to be born, and you need a man. Sperm, fertilizer. There's a sperm bank. There's sperm banks everywhere. You don't need that man to fertilize the sperm. I'm gonna keep saying that. That's gonna trigger y'all, but it's true. Y'all not valuing your own sperm. There is enough sperm in the sperm banks to last us thousands of years without any other man doing anything else. That bad boy is frozen. That's what y'all did, okay? Because y'all been infertile. They didn't create that for the LGBT community like y'all try to pretend when we use the goddamn thing. You think they created IVF for us? You think they created sperm banks for us? Hell no, they created it for y'all. Y'all the majority. We're just the bystander. Okay, we we are the afterthought. They didn't make that for us. They made that for y'all. Okay? So, and I'm going to break down that further. That's part of the existential thing. But it should not be that hard for y'all's brain to fathom that an independent grown adult plus an independent grown adult come together and become interdependent. A person that don't need a woman, a person that don't need a man or don't need anybody to provide for them or whatever, they can get counseling on their own, they can get therapy on their own, they can go to church on their own, they can have somebody laying hands on them, pray. They can figure that out. They don't need one particular special person to do all these different things that they should be able to do for themselves. Okay? So when the two independent people come together, then they can be interdependent. And then you know what happens when two independent people come together and they're interdependent and they're not dripped in ego, okay? And they're not constantly fighting, having power struggles. Then they can elevate faster than a independent person and a dependent person who's dragging the independent person down, because you got to constantly, not only you got to pay for the kids, but now you got to pay for the wife to exist. So now you moving like this, versus when you have two independent people and you moving like this. Two intellectually smart people, two financially smart people, two financially building. That's why it sounds so stupid to me when I hear men talk about, I don't want to build nothing with no woman. I don't want to build nothing with my woman. I just want my woman to be a consumer. I just want her to consume and consume and consume so I can come home and complain and complain and complain how she consume and consume and consume. And they say, oh, that's being a man. No, it's being an ATM machine. It's being wild. To that book, The Millionaire Mind, y'all could buy it because I be trying to break it down and read it to y'all, but it's somewhere around here. I was just reading it. It's probably in my room somewhere. Over 90% of millionaires are married and did not become millionaires until they became married. And they said one of the main things that contribute to the couple, because it's not just the man that's the millionaire, it's the couple at that point. If you're married, you're a millionaire couple. If you don't become a millionaire until after you get married, y'all are a millionaire couple, right? And studies show that husbands who have spouses who have higher level degrees make more money as a household. They make more money as a household, even if she's not particularly working in a separate business. Do you understand how that makes sense? Even if this was y'all need to understand. Even if she decides to be a stay-at-home wife, she's still contributing intellectually. She can still go out. She probably was independent before she met this person. She has a higher level degree. If she wants to go and get a job, she can go and get a job at any point. If her husband files bankruptcy, they say majority of millionaires file bankruptcy 2 or 3 times before they stay in the millions. So what do you think the spouses over here when they nosedive 2 and 3 and 4 times? They are interdependent. It's hard to start a business, right, with a dependent. Y'all got to work together. So y'all be working backwards. It'd be the ones that's working regular, and nothing wrong with regular jobs, but it'd be the ones with the 50K that be yelling the loudest about independent women. That's what you need. An independent woman is going to for one, contribute financially to the household, where y'all can buy houses and cars and things that you couldn't buy on your own. When you bring it together, you bring your funds together, you go from having one income to double income. And y'all know this. I don't know why, and it's not even a thing to explain, because that's what y'all want. But y'all be doing all this. Y'all don't want to pay for a whole woman's life. Most of y'all do not want to pay for another woman's life, and you damn sure don't be wanting to pay for your children's lives to thrive. A lot of you, the way y'all be yelling and screaming about child support. How do you fix your mouth to be mad at women for saying I don't need a man, when y'all make sure she can't need you, she can't depend on you? Y'all don't even want to pay child support. So I don't understand how y'all mad at women for saying be independent. Why would you risk your child's life and your life when these people don't want to provide? Y'all don't want to provide half the majority of the time. Y'all don't be wanting to provide. And then if you slip up and do provide, because that's what it's like. That's what be tripping me out. That's what be tripping me out, because it's like, on the one hand, these same people that be talking all this about independent, oh, you don't need a man, what you need me for? You can get a job. You're a functioning adult. You're an independent adult that knows how to function, cook and clean, wipe your ass, provide, and live in a house on your own. You're grown. You're a grown adult. What do you need me for? That's why y'all be one of these 12-year-olds. That's why y'all be one of these 17, 18-year-olds. What do you need me for? What do you need me for? What do you need me for? Then when y'all slip up and then provide, y'all slip up and stay in the home. And I've seen this. I told y'all I was doing task rabbit. I was in these women's houses. They need help. They need help in the house. Y'all slip up and stay in the house. Now y'all providing, but almost 100% of cases, the woman is working as well. The most successful black couples I've seen, and I've seen in Houston, we out here, baby. We out here. Luxury houses, popping. It be two working people. Two people working together. Okay? Together. That's how it works. That's how my parents, if my dad wouldn't have passed away, they would have been millionaires. Or real damn close. Okay? They was doing good in the 90s. All right? So, but there's still a problem. Because these men are providing, the women are providing. The women may be even providing more money than the men. There's in a lot of cases, but these men don't want to do no work in the house. They don't want to do nothing in the home at all. Now they want to be real strict about the gender roles, even though the woman is still working a job, full-time job, raising the kids, picking the kids up, feeding, cooking, doing all, they want to clean, do all this other stuff. But you hiring out, cutting the grass. You hiring somebody out to build the house. You hiring somebody out to work on the car. You hiring out all your housely duties. You hiring out somebody to fix the plumbing, to fix the sink, fix the hinges on the doors. Y'all hiring all this out. Now, y'all don't want to do any of y'all manly responsibilities in the house. But you still want her to work a full-time job, take care of the kids, raise the kids. Y'all don't want the nannies. Y'all don't want maids. Y'all don't want chefs. Y'all don't want takeout. Y'all don't want... You damn near don't want her to use the damn washing machine or dishwashing machine. Y'all want her to do everything manual. Otherwise, y'all complain you feel like she ain't a real woman and she blah, 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 blah. She not handling her womanly duties, her wifely duties. But y'all ain't cutting the grass. Y'all ain't fixing the cars. Y'all ain't doing y'all part. And so if y'all want to hire all that stuff, she should be able to hire all that stuff, or you should help her with this stuff. Y'all hiring me. Y'all out here hiring me. Y'all should be able to put together goddamn furniture. What's wrong with y'all? And then I pull up there and then y'all, because y'all ain't been doing y'all manly duties, so put together a desk, y'all can't figure it out, and you don't respect a woman's direction, where there's I think it's a metaphor in the Bible or something. The man is supposed to be the head, but the woman's supposed to be the neck. Direction. You might be the head, but if you headed the wrong goddamn direction, that's the whole point. That's why y'all don't understand marriage. That's why y'all don't understand why it makes sense, because y'all don't know how to do math. 1 + 1 = 2. Why y'all act like 1 + 1 = 1? Because y'all want to cancel women out. Y'all want to cancel women out. And then when you see a woman who damn near by herself, she about 5. She 5 by herself. You talking about 1 + 1 = 2. She 5. You see a Rihanna, she about 5 women in one, bitch. She 5 women. And y'all mad. Y'all mad because she is not doing none of the stereotypical stuff that y'all claiming women supposed to do because of hypergamy, because of reptilian brain, because of hunter-gatherer bullshit, because of all this bullshit that don't apply in 2023. He not 6'10". He was in this friend zone for about 10 years. He not the breadwinner. He not making the most money. He's not the most success. He's not more successful than she is. She's not crying because she ain't proposed yet. She's independent. She's a billionaire. They're in love. Y'all swear up and down that love ain't real. They seem to be happy. Oh shit. They're taking care of their kid. Oh my God. He's kissing and holding his child. Oh my God. You mean to tell me he not on the cover of the magazine punching his child in the chest, his 2-year-old child in the chest? You mean to tell me that ASAP Rocky is not dragging his 1-year-old, I don't know how, baby. He's a few month old child. You mean to tell me ASAP Rocky got the nerve to not be dragging his child, telling his 3 month old child to, you better walk. You a man now. You a man. You better walk. You mean to tell me he not throwing his child like a football across the sand? He's feminine and nurturing. He's kissing his own child and holding his own child. You know how sick and sad society gotta be? I thank God I have several pictures of my dad holding me as a baby. Loving me as a baby. Mom just told me about how he used to be in her hair salon, rocking us to sleep. Me in particular, because I was a baby at that time. Sitting in the corner while my mom was doing hair. Now, he didn't already work a full-time job. He didn't work a full day of work. Okay, he's nurturing still, taking care of the kids because he loves his children and his wife. Y'all forget about that. I just talked about that. Loved his family, so he gonna do what needs to happen for his family to happen. Mom love her family, so she can do what she need to do to make it work. So if she got to twirl hair till midnight, he gonna be in the corner holding me, the baby, and rocking me to sleep, and falling asleep, rocking me to sleep in her hair salon. What's wrong with that? Helping put the stuff together in her house, supporting her dream. While he doing his dream job. So y'all don't realize men used to do masculine work, and that used to be a high-end job or a highly sought after or looked upon job. When you see me talk about he was working for FedEx, right? He was doing a real masculine job, right? People look down on masculine jobs now, right? Even y'all, but y'all want to uplift people like Kevin Samuels, which I'm not big on talking about that, but you know, when it applies. Kevin Samuels with the kitten heels, with the feminine prissy, getting his manicure done, right? Got his boyfriend in the bed. Okay, he can get off doing what he doing with his boyfriend in the bed, and then turn back around and sit in his pretty little chair with the aesthetics and the camera and just make 6 figures. Okay, and so, but back in the day, you know, a lot of men, they prided themselves on doing masculine work, sweating, building muscle because of the work that they were doing, right? But y'all look down on that right now. Stable income that can take care of their kids with benefits to take care of the kids for years to come. Got so much to say about Ciara and Russell. Like, he a square. She don't really want him. She downgraded, even though she according to y'all, he making far more money than what Future is making. He's taking care of his children and taking care of a child that ain't even his. Why? Because he loved his wife and he loved the kid because the kid connected to his wife. He put a ring on it. He married her. Okay, he leveled up fashion-wise, brand-wise, and money-wise, because he got one of the biggest deals he's ever gotten most recently, and supposedly he ain't even been doing that good. Women elevate smart men, but if you dumb, and you don't know 1 + 1 = 2, 1 + 1 = 2, 1 income plus 2 incomes = 2, 1 parent plus 2 parent = 2, Y'all want to have a one-parent home. Y'all want to have a one-income home and a one-parent home. That's how I feel about this shit. The one going out and making an income is the only income, and the one staying in the house is the only parent. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. That's why this shit triggers y'all so much. Y'all are, they got some screws loose in these people. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got so many people that talk from dysfunction, and they'll swear up and down I'm talking from dysfunction. They'll swear up and down Ciara talking from dysfunction, even though she was independent before she met Future, before she met Bow Wow. If y'all want to count his ass, she ain't independent. She had Bow Wow when she was starting. She ain't independent. She was with Future for a year. She ain't independent. She was with Russell. She was independent and multimillionaire and famous and successful in her chosen career before Future ever made a record that sold anything, before Russell ever threw a basketball threw a football on any NFL arena. Long before she was independent. Long before she didn't need no man. Long before. They was needing their mamas while she was out here independent, a multimillionaire, not needing no man. So shut the hell up with that shit. And again, you can be married and be independent. You can be single and independent. You can be in a relationship and independent. You can be in a situationship and independent. You can be married and be dependent. You can be single and be dependent. You can be in a situationship and be dependent. You could be in a relationship and be dependent. But independent plus dependent is codependent. And don't we know that this is toxic? Haven't we realized that that's toxic? So at what point are we going to realize independent plus independent equals interdependent? That's positive. That's wonderful. What is wrong with independent plus independent making interdependent? Interdependent parents, interdependent financial incomes, interdependent businesses, interdependent brands, interdependent spiritual lives, interdependent sex lives. You know this a whole it's coming. Either it came before this or it's coming after this, because it's already shot. This is what's so stupid about this compartmentalization. Because I broke this down. I did a case study in real life. That's what I'd be doing on social media. Sometimes I drop a comment. I know it's gonna have a reaction, so I can do a case study. I can see what people's really what it is. What is that root? What is that root? What is that root? There's a lot of men that have a deep-seated belief that because they are breadwinners or because they're providers, that they should be the only one receiving true pleasure and getting orgasms from sex. That's what the root boils down to these lazy, lackadaisical pillow princesses. So it's like they want to compartmentalize everything. Sex is for the man. Flowers is for the woman. So sex is for the man, romance is for the woman, but they be lackadaisical about the romance. Jobs are for the man. Kids are for the woman. Think about how stupid that is. Work around the house is for the woman. What are y'all doing around the house? Y'all supposed to have duties around the house y'all don't be doing. Right? Well, we provide. Well, guess what? Now women are providing too. Now what? You gonna change the rules? Y'all gonna change the rules? Because most of y'all, so y'all want to have them same compartmentalized rules when stuff is different now. When you actually really are two independent people, but you still want to be pretend like y'all codependent when the woman is working just as much as the man is working. But the man don't want to take that interdependence and put that into parenthood, which to me it always should be. regardless of what you think your role is, if you're gonna be a father, you should be a actual father and be nurturing to your child and be involved in your child's life and building self-esteem inside your child, spending time with your child, doing things with your children. Okay, that shouldn't have to be said, and not just throwing some child support places. Because, okay, so interdependent parenthood, interdependent home duties. So one person isn't stressed out. If she's stressed out doing all this stuff at home, she going to work. Why would she want to have any kind of sex with you? When she don't feel like you're contributing, when it's not an even give and take, and she know when she do have sex with you, it's still not gonna be even. It's just gonna be just as uneven as the housely duties. Okay, you come in right when that left my mouth, I knew that was bad. You just want to come in and lay your stuff down and do what you want to do, and then go back on. But you want her to cook, you want her to clean, you want her to take care of the kids, you want her to do the most in bed, you want her to do the most with the kids, you want her to do the most around the house, you want her to do the most, doing the most, action, do. Didn't y'all say, it was wild, is truly a lot of these men that swear up and down they masculine alpha man, blah, 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 because they actually are in the home, they work in a job, but their woman is in the home, and she working a job too, but she's also doing everything else inside the house and with the kids, which is actually putting her in her masculine energy, because now she's working another job. She's doing more work. It doesn't matter what roles society has told you that means, which I don't even know where that came from, where you men are supposed to raise their children or nurture their children. I don't even know what the hell that has to do with anything. If you're a parent, you're a parent. What the hell? But anyway, that's putting her in her masculine energy. Then you want to get mad that she's masculine, but you're not helping her around the house. You're not doing nothing inside the house. Because you swear up and down, you're supposed to be the only independent person, but she's really the one that's independent, because she's not only independent when it comes to financials, she's also independent. She knows how to cook for herself, clean for herself, take care of the kids, do everything around the house, take care of herself sexually, because y'all don't be taking care of this woman. So she really the independent one, and you the codependent one. You coming home, you kicking your feet up. You're kicking your feet up. This is so many, and then will be triggered when she gets some help. Which trigger when I pop up, when I was popping up doing TaskRabbit, doing some manly shit y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all supposed to be able to do. She tried to get you to do it, you failed, and you went on TaskRabbit and hired me. And then got mad when I did it in 1 hour. You was struggling for 5 hours. Then go get mad at me. Don't want to hire me back again. That's wild. Cause she give me googly eyes and she giving you side eyes, but that's the type of thing that women are attracted. Women are attracted to people that help them, that make their life easier. Y'all swear up and down, y'all, I'll make my wife life easier because I'm providing, but you don't mind her not. You want her to work, because when she ain't working, then you having this power struggle. You talking to her like she ain't worth nothing, like she a gold digger for doing some stuff she could easily do, which is get a job. Okay, statistically, she gonna be more educated than you, so she could probably get a higher paying job, possibly. Okay, but she definitely can get a job. It's a lot easier for women, especially black women, to get a job than it is men. The unemployment rate for black men is far higher than the unemployment rate for women. So I don't know what kind of imaginary world. That's the part that be tripping me out, where these men be on social media in the comments and talking all this stuff in their imaginary world, and they want to use they want to pick and choose statistics, but the ones that actually matter, you don't want to pretend like they don't exist. And then just even experiences you see, the people you see, your cousins, your brothers, your uncles, your friends, the people you know of, y'all seeing how they moving. And the men in my generation, the way they moving, The way majority of the men is moving in my generation in the black community, they are looking for an independent woman to lay up under and will be on social media talking like they providing for the house. They want to be the man of another grown woman's house. A lot of y'all want to be the man of another grown woman's house. Struggling to have barely just surviving in her house. Don't want to go out and get a job. You just want to be on social media. That's all y'all got all this time to be in my comments. In my comments, talk about how y'all alpha. Talk about how I hate men. While you at your girlfriend house eating up her macaroni and cheese. Eating up her last goddamn Pop-Tart. Talking to me in my comments about alpha and how terrible independent women are. Wild. Now I love independent women. What do I want another? I don't want a dependent. The only dependent I want is children. Children. And as soon as they can be independent, that's what they're gonna be. That's how I was raised. We were raised to be independent, be able to cook, clean, wash our ass, cut the grass, take the trash out, be independent human beings. At an early age. I'm talking 12 years old. I was doing more than a lot of these men are able to do. These modern men are able to do. I got my first job when I was 15 and was employed just about the entire time my life. Unless I said I'm not, so I can build this. My own business, my own income. But other than that, or some spiritual thing I'm on that the Lord got me on. But other than that, I'm talking 15-year-old me. 15-year-old me was more independent than a lot of these red pill typing trigger finger men in they mama basement. But yeah, I said a lot. I think y'all get where I'm coming from. I mean, when it comes to the existential crisis with black women in particular, why is such a existential crisis not only for black men but for the y'all don't like the patriarchy, whatever, but really the black community ain't never really been in the patriarchy. Okay, we come from indigenous roots, which was matriarchy. Okay, and we've continued that. So y'all could be triggered, you hoteps, you should know that. Y'all want to glaze over that part. Y'all want to pick and choose what part of Western civilization y'all want to keep a part of. I had a full talk about, there's this Western civilization that has us believing that women should be independent. What? How? Wasn't they the ones coming up with the patriarchy shit? Y'all got to get y'all facts right. Y'all be trying to sound smart, but y'all don't be. At all. Y'all don't be. Y'all don't have enough context. That's why I like getting my statistics from books, from people who they have statistics in the book, but they give you the context behind the statistic. But anyway, the reason for the existential crisis when it comes to black women in particular, okay, I talk about this, parthenogenesis. The woman of color, right, especially America, okay, y'all don't understand, we are the mothers of America. Y'all don't understand how deep our roots are in America. You should, but I mean, right, when America's under attack, they're gonna attack us, okay, but aside from the America stuff, right, we are the original human beings. I said this in another podcast. We're the original human beings, right? And original life force, okay? It doesn't matter what species, the plants, whatever, original life force on Earth is female. Okay? All human beings start off as female. Now, this is, y'all are gonna, there's only two genders, burglar. And the they and the them and all this other stuff. See, this is how they get y'all bass backwards, right? And they get y'all infighting each other because they give you half truths. They give both people half truths, and then they're missing. They're both missing. It's by design, right? They're both eliminating the woman. That's why motherhood, this is why womanhood is under attack, especially the mothers of mothers, which is us. Okay? Y'all can say what y'all want, but this is y'all's science telling y'all this. This y'all science told us that we was the originals. Okay? I'm not making this up. That's what y'all telling us. Okay? Tell me I'm wrong. Now, you can do your research. Okay? I think everybody, we should learn this in school. We should learn this type of things in school. How do we come to be born? How do people, there's only two genders. Everybody is a female when they're fetuses. All humans start off as female. Okay? They all start off as female. Look this up. They all start off as female. That's why it takes them a while, a few months, while the baby is being formed, to figure out, is it a male or female, right? Okay. Why? Because the male has a few mutations of what the female has, right? Y'all thinking it's so different. That's why I say opposite sex. That's bullshit. And this is what trips me out about how you can have these people that act like they're so intellectual, they're so hotep and all this other stuff. But basic things they still want to hold on to because it benefits them in whatever, in their mind, some kind of way. There ain't no opposite sex. In this book, it breaks it down. This ain't no book about LGBT. This ain't no book about them and they. This book is about parthenogenesis and virgin birth. Now, if you want to get religious, Jesus Christ, I have another book about how Mary Magdalene comes from a lineage of mothers who mastered virgin birth, right? Having children without a man, not needing a man. You see, the reason why this is so triggering for a man to hear a woman say, I don't need a man, you want to know why it's so triggering? And I hate that I'm this far in where I'm just saying this. You want to know why it's so triggering for a man to hear a woman say, I don't need a man? The reason why it's so triggering is because it's true. It's true on an existential level. It's true on a survival level, especially in 2023. It's true on every level. In order to procreate, right? She can literally, even without sperm. Okay, and some of y'all, what's the chance of that? It doesn't matter what the chance is. There's a possibility. Y'all know where y'all come from. All of you come from women. You all come from women. You need women. That's why it's so triggering. Men need women. Women do not need men. There's so many statistics. There's biological, there's scientific, there's statistic, there's financial, there's men need women. Women do not need men. Men need women far, far, far more than women need men. Women can live happy, healthy lives. There's so many statistics. Okay? Women's life expectancy lowers when she's married or in a relationship. Her life expectancy is higher when she lives single with no children. She's going to live longer. Okay? And statistically happier. Now you can say that's not true, whatever. You believe what you want. There's a lot of single women out here that is living their best life, traveling, having the time of their life, making money, just living life. With their friends, they content, a lot of them. Now they may feel like they're missing things, but hey, y'all ones want to have this, create this hookup culture. Y'all make it seem like women created that. Y'all created that. Y'all was hooking up with all these different women, making all these different babies and all these different families. But then when women do it, when women do it, and they're not, a lot of them aren't even making a bunch of different babies with a bunch of different families doing it. Now you're triggered. Now you're triggered. But anyway, men need women. Literally, there is a concept called wife insurance. I looked it up. I did the statistic. It's called wife insurance. It talks about how men with a wife, okay, married men live longer. Married men are less likely to commit suicide. Married men are more likely to eat healthier, okay, and have healthier habits, not be smoking and drinking all day and eating fatty food like single people do, like your boy. They're less likely to have heart attacks earlier on, right? Men die far sooner, okay, or far younger age, single, also less likely to get in a stupid fight and do some stupid stuff, right? Because they have a wife and kids at home, okay? They're far less likely, okay? And then also, married men's income doubles, if not quadruples, when they're married over time, versus single men, they stay the same. Their income stays the same. And y'all want to make it seem like, oh, I don't need, we don't need to get married. Okay, well, you want to stay broke. You don't need to get married. Okay, you want to stay broke. You want to say flatline. Unless you have feminine energy, because that's what creates wealth. Feminine energy creates wealth, not masculine. Masculine takes the actions, but you have to do more than action to create wealth. You can do all kinds of action to do work. You can do construction work. You can work your fingers to the bone. You can work. And still not become wealthy. We all know that. But it takes that feminine energy. It takes the feminine energy. It takes the masculine and the feminine energy to come together to create wealth. Okay, to create a lot of things. Interdependent. That's what this is all about. Interdependent. It takes the masculine energy and the feminine energy to come together in the right combination to create all these things that y'all talk about y'all want. But at the end of the day, in 2023 and in all times in history, men need women more than women need men. And the only time women truly need men is when they're putting them, like, when you think about providing, providing and protecting, right? Now, why do you need another human being to provide for you, right? Why is that such a struggle to provide? Why? Because y'all done cut down all the trees that had the food that women could just walk around and gather. Natural. You pass all these stupid laws where we have to keep the grass cut at a certain length. When I got my land, I didn't cut my grass at first. It was spring came. It's about to come again, right? I found out there's blackberries on my land naturally. They're just chilling. I'm like, I ain't never seen a wild blackberry in my life. Just chilling on my land. There's abundance. It's all over the place. I picked up a whole thing. I'm like, this would have cost me $6 in the store. Right? They got I had a mulberry tree. I just walk over there. Natural. What's another thing? Onions, wild onions. They had wild onions going with the blackberries. I'm just like amazed. But the city. You have to keep your grass cut under a certain. Y'all don't even know what kind of abundance you have right in your front yard, your backyard, if y'all would just let things grow. And it lets you, if you're just looking at it, look like weeds. But there's abundance. But y'all pass these laws and do all these different things and do all this unnatural stuff. You have an artificial world. This is what I'm talking about, the Matrix. The Matrix. Y'all want us in this artificial world where you are needed. Only in an artificial world is a man needed. That's why it's so trippy that y'all took on the term red pill. That's why that's so trippy. Only in an artificial world is a man needed. Did I say does a man need to does he Is it important for him to exist? There's a difference for it to be important to y'all. Understand that it's important for women to exist. Okay? Y'all understand that a man can exist and a woman can exist, and a man and a woman can exist without a man needing her. Y'all understand that concept. That probably was too much for y'all right now. Y'all understand that a woman can exist and have value in the world without a man needing her. Y'all understand that, right? Y'all understand that? But for some reason, y'all can't understand how a woman can exist and move around in the world without her needing a man. But that's backwards. That's brainwashing, because the only way that's possible is if we're living in an artificial world where a woman needs a man. We have artificial threats because you have all these men who are destructive. Y'all don't want to talk about it. 98% of all murders, 98% of all murders happen at the hands of men. What does that tell you? It would be a much safer world without men. And y'all, just that, me uttering that word, that probably just, oh my God. But it's true. It's true. But that doesn't mean men don't need to exist, but it means know your place. Y'all create artificial problems. Even in relationships. And I'm not saying only men, but we're talking about a concept. Even in these little stupid power dynamics, y'all create artificial issues, artificial problems. Every problem that a man will say a woman is the reason why a woman should need a man are artificial in 2023. They're artificial. Does she need him for protection? No, she can get a gun. She can get a gun. Problem solved. Artificial reason. And if y'all wasn't constantly attacking women, that's what's wild. The people who supposedly are who are supposed to be protecting the woman, which is the spouse or the person she's dating or the men she knows, those are supposed to be main people protecting women. Those are the main women killing and terrorizing and abusing women. So no, women do not need men to protect them. Women need men to stop being something we need protection from. That's what we need y'all to do. Stop being destructive. That's what we need. Stop being the thing that we need to be protected from. And then we'll be protected. We would need protection, matter of fact. We would not need the protection. We could just be free. The threat, y'all are the threat. How are y'all the protection and the threat? That don't make no sense. Okay? And so, simple solution. Get a gun. It's 2023. Okay? Provide. Like I just described, if y'all didn't catch it, nature provides. This is Mother Earth. Mother Earth. So on this planet, feminine rules. We are on Mother Earth. Now maybe on some other planet, you know, men are no, I'm triggering some people. Yeah, I probably think I'm crazy as hell, but this is true. To me, there's nothing wrong with a man not being needed. That's the whole point of this thing. There's nothing wrong with a woman not being needed. Okay, but if a man wants to actually have children, he needs a woman. He needs a woman. Okay? If a man wants to be happy, a straight man, for most men, they need women. A lot of women can be happy without men anywhere in their vicinity. Happier. Okay? Women want to deny it. And, you know, society is always going to put this pressure on women to need men or feel like they would be happier if a man was around. And then they get in these toxic relationships. Not to say all of them are toxic, but they get in these toxic relationships and realize that their life is so much worse. In marriages, literally, statistically, women are less happy in marriage than outside of marriage. So it has to be a particular man. But because society has this wants to constantly brainwash women to need men, but they're not having that same brainwashing for men, so they don't feel the need to be at a certain standard in order to step to women. There's an imbalance. Right? And that's why women are balancing the scales, and they're saying, well, you know what? I don't give up. I'm happier by myself, so I'm going to just be by myself until these men get to acting right. Otherwise, I'm going to go to women. But we don't want y'all neither. We want the ones that want us, that truly want us, for us, because of us. Okay? But they'll just be single. They'll just be single and be playing y'all the same way y'all play them. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing. That's the game y'all want to play. That's all y'all want most of the time. Because y'all swear up and down that y'all don't want independent women, but y'all really don't respect dependent women. Y'all don't respect dependent women. It gets real toxic. When a woman is actually dependent on you. Or she's independent and she becomes dependent on you. Because y'all can't handle that responsibility. A lot of y'all can't handle that responsibility. You can't handle it emotionally. You can't handle it intellectually, financially, spiritually. You cannot handle the type of feminine woman that y'all created in y'all minds that is really just a consumer. Feminine energy is free, cannot be controlled, highly intelligent, creative, abundant. That's feminine energy. I don't know what kind of toxic, and even neediness falls in a category of toxic feminine energy. But that's what y'all claim y'all want. Y'all want the toxic, the lower scale of the feminine energy, okay? Because both healthy masculine energy and healthy feminine energy are both they're both independent. They're both independent in their own right. And it's best when both people have a good, healthy balance of masculine and feminine energy, or their masculine and feminine energy, their varying masculine and feminine energy complements each other so they can elevate faster. I think y'all get my point at this point. My mouth's dry. I'm ready to drink this water, and I don't feel like being rude, and I'm tired of talking. So, like, subscribe, comment below if y'all get what I'm talking about. And I'll see y'all on the next episode.